All right, we do want to shift gears here as we're 12 days out from the election. We have been keeping a close eye on the New York governor's race between incumbent Kathy Hochul and Congressman Lee Zeldin. Here to give us an update on that race is Congressman Lee Zeldin. Congressman, welcome to the show. Good to have you here.
It's great to be back.
So you scored some big points on the debate stage Tuesday night. Congratulations, bravo. How big of an impact do you think the debate is going to have in these final days?
And listen, at the end of the campaign, it's all about the momentum. It's the energy. You have to get out your vote. The issues are clearly on our side, and New Yorkers are sensing an opportunity to save our state. I didn't say Republicans. Yes, Republicans too, but it's Republicans, it's independents. There are disenfranchised Democrats. It's about New Yorkers coming together to balance out Albany, from cashless bail and the attacks on public safety, DAs like Alvin Bragg refusing to do their job, to just crushing taxes and skyrocketing costs, attacks on freedoms. New Yorkers are ready to take control of their destiny. That's what I'm hearing about as I travel this entire state, and we're feeling great. We felt good going into the debate. We feel even better now coming out of it. And can you believe Kathy Hochul would be questioning why fighting crime and locking up criminals is so important to me? And when she's trying to criticize me with that attack, I mean, it's really an attack on all New Yorkers who feel the same way that I do.
I do want to talk to you about crime because New York, notably a very blue state, as you know well, Cook Political Report still has your race as a solid Democrat race, and Real Clear Politics, the average has Hochul +6. However, many pollsters are saying that you are a dark horse. The needle is moving in your direction. You have made crime one of your key issues, as you mentioned. Obviously, we've seen crime surge in New York City, but is this an issue that's going to motivate suburban voters in New York?
Well, it's the number one issue that I hear about. For some voters, they also talk about the affordability of life in New York, just New Yorkers struggling to be able to feed their families and heat their homes. You know, as far as some handicappers, you mentioned one. I mean, listen, if you had to post bond with your left-leaning handicapping, I think that you would see some more hedging by some of them. We've constantly seen it with some of the polls that have come out. There's this desire to try to make it seem like Kathy Hochul doesn't have a race. Oh, she has a race, all right. And on November 8th, 12 days from today, she's going to be delivering a concession speech.
Look, I think there's no question. Lindsay put it right. You're the dark horse. Everybody should be watching New York. I think Lee Zeldin is going to be the surprise of the night. It's interesting, though, President Biden was up there today trying to make the case that the economy is pretty strong, that it's not as bad as everyone thinks. How do you think, I know crime is the big issue, but I think that the Democrats are just trying to convince everyone the economy's not as bad as they think and see it is.
Yeah, it just doesn't work for that person who's seeing for themselves the cost to fill up their tank. I mean, they're getting hit with tolls and parking. And on top of it, the Democrats in charge are actually proposing new taxes, new fees. So the people who live in and around the New York City area, for example, downstate, they're getting hit with Kathy Hochul's new congestion pricing fee. So you already have a New Yorker hitting their breaking point, struggling to make ends meet. Now you want to add another $23 or so a day? There's a lot of people are upset. And again, this includes Democrats. By the way, another big increase that's coming, electric costs. Con Ed, National Grid warning their customers that big hikes are coming. And then the politicians who are in charge up in Albany, they have a ban on the safe extraction of natural gas. New Yorkers are scratching their head and saying, well, how about we tap into this energy supply? Let's create jobs, generate revenue. We can revitalize communities and we can bring down energy costs. But no, they actually ban it. We sit on the Marcellus and Utica shales, and they have to look across the border into Pennsylvania, where they're tapping into resources named after two shales they're looking at these two shales that are named after two New York towns. So for people in New York, they're getting really frustrated that they're not being represented. And it's not just on the public safety front, it's on the economic front, and attacks on freedoms and attacks on our kids' education, as we saw with the standardized test scores that just came out.
Congressman, in our final 30 seconds with you, what is your strategy in these final 12 days? How do you seal the deal?
Win, baby. You'll get the message out to everybody everywhere. Take nothing for granted. Wake up early, stay awake late, tell everyone you know, social media, emails, texts. It's all about the word of mouth, family, friends, neighbors. Do absolutely everything in your power everywhere to make sure that everyone in our lives are showing up November 8th to vote. And then we will be able to save our state. if you catch anybody on a board riding in a wave, knock them off the board, tell them to get behind the board and help paddle until the polls close on an election night.
All right, I like that analogy. Congressman Lee Zeldin, thanks for being with us here, and good luck in these final days. We'll have to check back in with you, hopefully on a next election night with some good news. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.